Hi, I'm Charlotte, and this is Chatting with Charlotte, where I share conversations, life hacks, and inspirations to help you on your healing journey from childhood trauma. On Friday, I posted a video that was a preview for the series that I'm doing this week. The title, Is God a Good Parent?, is designed to pique your interest in answering the question of why God allows abuse and neglect to continue, and perhaps why perpetrators don't always have to face a consequence. If you haven't watched that preview, please click on the link above and watch it, maybe before you continue watching this video, so that you have an understanding of what is going to happen. Now, also, I've included a link to the blog that I wrote about this particular segment in the description, and that blog also includes the resources that I used to come up with the information. So all of that is available because I could not possibly share all of that in a 5-minute video. So let's get started. As I was doing my research, I concluded that there were 4 basic characteristics of an effective parent, and they are non-intrusive monitoring, flexible discipline, avoiding overprotection, and allowing for independence and promoting moral development. And so let's just talk a little bit about those, because they sound a little bit ominous, but they're not. They're very simple, actually. So the first one, non-intrusive monitoring. That is simply watching or listening from a distance, and that can change as the child matures and is able to handle more distance. For example, as an infant, those of you that are parents have most likely used a baby monitor, and you're listening, but the child still is able to experiment with language and play and those kinds of things. And then as the child matures and is a toddler, you let them play in the yard, but you're watching from the porch or from the kitchen window to be sure they're staying safe and that they're staying within the boundaries. The second one is be flexible. Have a flexible discipline. And what that means that your discipline changes as the child grows and matures and demonstrates they can handle more responsibility. And so it's also how you teach them about logical consequences. So you're flexible in how you discipline your children based on their age and their level of development. Then the third one is avoid overprotection. So this is boundaries. A toddler is going to need the boundary of the fence so they don't get into dangerous situations, but a teenager is going to need less discipline as they're riding their bike around the neighborhood, or even when they get a driver's license and are driving a car. So those are just examples of avoiding overprotection, but still managing the environment so that they have some sort of limit. And goal is to help, by setting the boundaries, the parents, you create a safe environment where they can stretch their wings, so to speak. So, and then the fourth one is that you allow for independence while producing the ability to have proper moral development. And what that really means is that you allow them to face the consequences for their behavior and their choices, but you also help them learn how to make choices. You give them options as they get older. You help them weigh different things, and you teach them all of those things, but you allow them to make some choices, but then you also allow them to face the consequences for their choices. And you don't just run in and rescue them. Excuse me. And so a toddler who's climbing over the fence, you're probably going to run and rescue them so they don't get run over by a car. But a teenager who breaks the law may need to spend some time in jail to learn the consequence of their choice. And so those are the 4 basic elements of good parenting. Now, next time on Wednesday, I'm going to talk about what the Bible says about parenting, and we're going to compare the two. And I hope that this basic understanding will help you begin to think about how God parents us, because we're going to talk about that on Friday. And I look forward to that and hope that this has been helpful to you, and I will talk to you again soon. Bye now.